Butterfly clicking is a method of clicking your mouse that Minecraft sweats use for maximum CPS, or clicks per second. But that's not all that it can be used for. And in this video, I will be showing you some of the more unknown use cases of butterfly clicking. So how do you butterfly click? Well, as the name suggests, you alternate pressing your fingers on the mouse. First left, then right, left, then right. Kind of like a butterfly flapping its wings. But to butterfly click properly, it relies on another technique called double clicking, which is basically hitting the top of your mouse in a way that it causes a physical bounce. So your computer sees that, oh, you clicked twice, even when you only hit your mouse once. And in the case of butterfly clicking, it basically helps you double your clicks per second while butterfly clicking. So now that you are caught up to speed, we can move on to the first use. By butterfly clicking on your right click and holding out any blocks and looking at the ground, you can place blocks at insane speeds, which can easily get you out of any sticky situation. Or, in a game mode like Bridge, you can basically run on walls like Spider-Man. By looking at an angle and then spam butterfly clicking while running, you can completely avoid your opponent. Another use this has with blocks is with some practice, you can cross big gaps very fast. By standing up, looking at an angle, and spam butterfly clicking while holding S and A or D, and spamming jump, you go up and can cross almost any gap by bridging. So, by holding out an axe and burst butterfly clicking, which is basically just doing the butterfly motion once, so left then right, you can perform a technique called stunning. And this is used a lot in high-level shield PvP. Basically, what it does is that your first click will disable the opponent's shield, and the clicks afterwards will launch them up in the air, and as the name suggests, stunning their movement temporarily, allowing for potential follow-ups. So if you've ever used the mace before, you might have seen people just put up their shield, completely countering your attack. Well, with a technique called stun slamming, which is the main way of countering shields with the mace, start out by holding an item. This could be any item. Then, when you get within reach of the opponent, switch to your axe and then start burst butterfly clicking and immediately switch to the mace. If you did it right, you should have disabled their shield and gotten a mace attack off. Although this is a hard technique, and I would recommend downloading a practice map where you can practice all the techniques that I've mentioned on a bot. I will link a tutorial in the description. Also, I would recommend lowering your game speed if you find some of these too hard so that you have more time to perform these techniques. Now you might be starting to see how overpowered butterfly clicking is. Just like how you should butterfly click the subscribe button? No, but seriously, you get more cool videos like these and it helps me out a ton. Thanks. Now, the next techniques are all related to crystal PvP. So, in crystal PvP, it relies on clicking as fast as possible and exploding crystals. And here, we can deploy butterfly clicking, but in a different way. Instead of clicking on the same button with both fingers, we will alternate our clicks on both left and right clicks. Kind of like this. So using this method, you can easily increase your crystal speed, resulting in more wins. And this is the final technique I have for you today. So in the crystal kit, when you are using respawn anchors, usually it would take 3 clicks. First is to place the respawn anchor, second to place the glowstone inside of the anchor, and 1 to place it in front of you so you don't get blown up. Now you probably guessed where this is going, but we can optimize this by butterfly clicking. So you want to start by holding out your respawn anchors and then burst butterfly click and in the same second switch to your, in the process, placing the anchor and filling it with glowstone, in turn speeding up your anchor time by a decent amount. So these are all the ways that I know of that butterfly clicking can improve your gameplay experience. If you know any other ways, then be sure to let me know in the comments. But that will be it for now. Thanks for watching.